Hello there people, this is Scary Dog, welcome back. I know it's been a long time, but as you can see I'm starting to play Conan Exiles. I was having a lot of issues with No Man's Sky which I wanted to play on. They're having a lot of updates and things like that, a lot of fixes. Unfortunately though, I did build a brilliant base. I really wish I could show you, but every time I went to my base it kept crashing. Every single time. Sometimes I'd be in there for 5-10 minutes and then it'd crash. It would really getting annoying. I couldn't make videos on it. I've been trying for weeks and weeks to try and fix it, and the only way of fixing it is to literally leave the base, leave the planet and go somewhere else, which is so annoying. So I decided to download Conan, which I did enjoy. One of them games, a bit like No Man's Sky, it didn't really get great response at the beginning, but it's had a lot of fixes, a lot of updates, especially certain ones recently for taming. I love the base building in this game, it's absolutely brilliant. The devs have done really good work on it. They've looked at other games and figured out certain things like building towers, so building circular shaped towers. A lot of games find it very difficult because it's just blocks, just square blocks, different sizes and lengths, rectangle squares. The devs have come up with a really ingenious idea, to be honest, to make basically triangle parts. So as you can see here, I've got a square with triangle. There's a bit of overlapping inside, I'll show you in a bit. I'm a bit rusty on the game, so do bear with me. But basically what you do is you have triangle parts, and if you start off with triangle and then go all the way around, you make a circle. And to make a bigger circle you go triangle all the way around, and then obviously you have square blocks that go on the ends, and then you put triangles in between, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You can make it as big as you like basically, which is really ingenious because then that gives you the scope of making anything you really want. There's brilliant YouTube videos on how to do stuff like that if you've never played Conan Exiles. It's a brilliant game to get into. There's a lot of systems in this game which are very different to others, but I'll just quickly show you. So as you can see on the floor right there, I've got this square, and then it goes into a circle. I couldn't really remember how to do it properly, so I just had to go. Unfortunately there's a gap there, but as you can see, so you get these triangle blocks, triangle foundations I should say, and it works brilliant. Like I said, there is a bit of overlapping. As long as people can't get my base, I'm not too bothered. I am on a PvP server, so luckily it's not a very popular one. It's not that many people. I've bumped into quite a few people and they're quite friendly, so I'm not in any danger. I've been on this server for a few days. It took me a few days to build all this, and I've had no issues as of yet, thankfully. But yeah, Conan Exiles is a brilliant game. It's very different to other games. I must admit, the building aspect is very different. Well, now they've got obviously the update with animal taming, which is fantastic. Brilliant on that. But they had the thrall system, so I don't know if any of you know about the thrall system. Basically, any NPC that you encounter in the world, except for the named ones, I believe. As you can see, another overlapping piece, unfortunately. But I will, don't worry, I will sort all this out. But yeah, any NPC in the world, except for named ones, you can kind of tame in a way. So if anybody's ever watched Conan, the movie, you'll know what the Wheel of Pain is. Basically, Wheel of Pain, it's like a torture device. And when you're at a certain level, you get the ability to unlock the Wheel of Pain. With that you unlock a junction and some rope. Basically, if you go out into the world, every NPC has 2 bars. They have the health bar and then like a knockout bar. So you use the junction to knock them out. Then you tie them up, you drag them back, you stick them in the Wheel of Pain, and then depending on the level, I think they go up to level 5. So you'll have a fighter level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Depending on the level, depends on the time it takes for them to break basically and become your servant, in a sense. And then with these servants, you can equip them, so you can put armor. So like fighter and archer, put armor on them. You can equip them whatever weapon. You can have them stood there naked if you want. It's kind of up to you. But then, what they'll do then, you can have them to follow you. So say you found a tough opponent or whatever, or you want to raid a camp, you can have some fighters and some archers come with you. You can raid them. It's brilliant on PvP because then you can have like little army skirmishes kind of thing. Or you can have them guard your area. So eventually I will have archers on the tops and stuff like that. And then any monster or any other player that wants to try and raid your base, you'll have to get through them first, which is brilliant to me. That amazing, especially that you can equip them, you can literally make little uniforms and stuff. It's a brilliant idea. But also, as you can see in a second, when actually going to anything like this, like Capitalist Workbench, you'll see Thrall on the menu. So basically, the NPCs out there, some of them will have specialisation. So you'll have fighter, archer, then you'll have carpenters, artisans, blacksmiths, smelters, and if you get any of them, so I'm at artisan table now. So if I went out and got an artisan and I put them on there, then that would increase productivity, increase the item that I'm making at the time. And I think it also, don't quote me on this, but I think it unlocks certain items as well, which is fantastic, especially on this game, because gathering resources is very tedious. You get a lot of resources from each node, but the amount of material it takes to make something is really extortionate. But it balances itself out with the troll system. It really does. So basically, I don't know, say Ark Survival Evolved or 7 Days to Die, you might need 2 or 3 wood or something to make a wall. On this you need probably 5 wood and 5 stone, which is okay. But then when you get, for this first tier, but then when you get higher, so you start off with stone, as you can see, stone and thatch roof kind of thing. But then when you get higher, so the next one that I'm at is brick, which then it's horrible because then I need those iron ingots kind of thing, plus sharpened wood, plus brick. So I need 3 times of ingredient, and I think it's like 7 of one, 5 of other, and 10 of other. Which, if you're trying to make a big castle, is a lot of ingredients, especially seeing as you need to smelt iron into iron ingots to make the iron, I can't remember what they're called now, but like the pieces of iron. And then for the sharpened wood, it takes 10 pieces of wood to make 1 sharpened wood, and if you need 7 sharpened wood for each one, that's a lot of wood. Same with brick, I think it's 10 brick to make 10 stone to make 1 brick. So it does take a lot of time. So the thrall system is brilliant because then you could have thralls follow you, load them up, bring them back, stick them on the smelter or whatever, and then have thralls working on the smelter to do it quicker, and I think it generates more, don't quote me on it. But as you can see, this is what I mean though. So you can make the circle as big as you want, but then I have to go round and put brick down here, so it's going to take a long time. So all in all, basically what I'm trying to say is Conan Exiles is brilliantly balanced out for what you want in a game like this, and I've had no crashes, nothing at all, no problems on the server. So this is going to be my next YouTube channel basically. I'm hoping that I'll get plenty of views, plenty of likes. If you do like this, make sure you subscribe. We're going to get into combat, we're going to get into building, I'm going to try and tame. I've never done taming before on animals, so we're going to try and do that. We're going to explore. For that. Also you can climb, which you just see, never been on this before. That's why building bases is quite awkward, because people can climb up as long as they've got the stamina. As long as they've got the stamina, they can do it. Same with other things as well. You need to eat, drink, blah blah blah. Beastie systems, Conan. So you know it's going about fantastic beasts in this. You got spiders and you got these weird like dragon horses and crocodiles and mutated beasts and everything. And then obviously you got the NPCs, different factions. You got a couple of cities and things, and it's brilliant. And then obviously PvP, so you get the worry of other players trying to raid you. So it's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be really exciting. Hopefully the plan is is to build my castle. I'm going to block off this area. So I found a perfect little area. It took me ages to find this area. That I've got iron nodes, I've got wood, I've got water, food source, I've got everything near me, I've got fibre, plants and stuff. So I'm secure in this area. That no one's business. See, this is where you start. Everybody starts in this area, one of these points. So there's like 3 roads that come up from here, and they all basically have like the little story about. So obviously this is a new area. Then obviously this is like the middle area. So all this area is basically, well, everyone builds a base because it's a new area. So if you're on a PvP server, you don't want to build around here. You're going to try and build in a cave or somewhere hidden, somewhere that people can't just reach in, because if you have stuff next to a wall or windows, they can reach in and take the stuff out of your benches and stuff. So you need to try and avoid that. And this is normally where I build a base, but fortunately someone's built bases there and built like a bridge that spans the Chuffing River, so all the way up here. So it's kind of peed me off a little bit, because that's normally where I kind of build. I wanted to build near this because it's like a little shrine or something here. Yeah, really peed me off. So around here is like a shrine I wanted to see, but I couldn't get to it. I decided to build on this island. It just didn't work. Around here, this island I wanted to build on, it didn't work. Each section, as you can see, has various levels. So over here, it's like the middle area. There's a couple of like cities and camps and stuff for the trolls and stuff. Just little rivers, like little hidden places down here, but it won't let me build under the camps, so that's why I moved up here. It's a good location, like I said, it's next to the river and that. I can get to access certain things very easily as well, like spiders for silk and other things. It's quite easy. And like I said, this is the newbie area, so try and build around here kind of thing in the middle with some iron and stuff, try and hide away. Over here it's like the jungle area. Up here, in fact, yeah, I would definitely build around here actually. Yeah, like somewhere around it. It's a brilliant location. I wouldn't build anywhere on this side of the river because it's quite easy for other people just to raid you. Try and keep out of here. Out of here is like a camp. Yeah, I wouldn't build anywhere around here. It'd just be pointless. You keep getting raided all the time. But yeah, here's the jungle area. Quite high. Not a lot of people have bases there. It's very difficult. This area, you get corruption if you enter this area, which basically like it minimises your health and your stamina bar. So the more corruption you have, the less health and stamina you'll have in total. So try and keep it out of this area. It's a very dangerous area unless you've got a thrall dancer. The only way of getting rid of corruption is by having a thrall dancer. So just bear that in mind. Don't go anywhere near here until you're high enough level. Over here is a city, but I'm not going to tell you where. You'll have to figure that out yourself. And as you can see, this area is blocked off by mountains and a giant gate. That reminds me of like the Black Gate Moria from Lord of the Rings. This area is like a grassland. It's like the most beautiful area in the game. It was one of the updates. Obviously, you've got your snow area here. That's a very dangerous, like end game-ish kind of area. I wouldn't advise going there at all. It's quite high. This area I've never been to before. Never been here, so that's something that we're gonna look into. But yeah, other than that, oh, it's pitch black. Other than that, then I'm gonna call an end to this.